creatures, welcome to the Oracle of Lilith. My name's Amy and I'm so glad you're here today. I hope you're doing well. If this is your first time to my channel, hi, hello, it's so good to see you. I hope you will find value in my video and consider subscribing to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, hey guys, what's up? It's always good to connect with your energy and I appreciate you being here today. So today I'm doing a pick a card all about the karma of your ex, the ex that broke your heart. Probably the most memorable ex as well, the one that's made the most impact on your life. Yeah, so keep in mind this is a general reading. It's a general session. Take what resonates and leave the rest behind. I do offer personal and private readings and sessions. All that information is going to be down in my description box below. So with that said, let's get into the cards. So I was guided to use the Three of Swords tarot card in specific decks. So the first one is going to be the Zombie Tarot. The second one here is the Disney Villains. And the third is the Hermetic Tarot. So I'm going to also hold them up for you as well. So, okay. Just let you gander at that. Yeah, this is an intense Three of Swords. This is like eating someone's heart out, you know, like ripping their heart out kind of thing. Like this feels heavy, feels really heavy. They all feel heavy, but this one feels heavy in kind of a different way. The Three of Swords here from the Disney Villains deck. And this is complete. You know, normally you have just one sword, right? We've got three here. Piercing just deeply into the heart. This is real, like deep layers of heartbreak here. We have the Three of Swords and the Hermetic Tarot. This is a whole other vibe. If you resonate, you know what I'm talking about. This is a whole other vibe. So, okay guys, so that's your selections. I'll insert a little video with some music for you guys to kind of sit and see which one you're drawn to, or you may be drawn to more than one. And if you are, feel free. There's probably a message for you in more than one group here. So with that said, I'll see you beautiful magical creatures on the other side. Bye guys. Group one, all of you that selected this Three of Swords from the Zombie Tarot. Yeah, this feels brutal, you guys. It really does. It feels like it was a brutal heartbreak. We're going to get into all the details about it and what their karma is for breaking your heart. But first I'm going to get some charms. I didn't really talk about getting charms in the opening, but I planned on doing that. So we're going to get charms first. I'm not going to throw dice, but we're going to get initials and things like that. So I'm going to have to mix this up, so I might make a cut so you don't have to, you know, cover your ears. I've got a couple more of those. Okay. All right. So let me flip all the tiles over. We have A, F, H. We have E, R, S, A. We have two A's. We have M. We have E. We have L. We have Y. We have a J, an X, a P, another M, a V, a D, and a G. The charms are a kind of a, you see a swans that make a heart. We have a sun, we have a horse, we have a love, a heart with an arrow through it. We have a dolphin and a starfish and a turtle touching, an angel, and I think this is it feels like a moth, but it may be a butterfly. And then we have this, a treble clef. I think that's what they call it. Yeah, lots of initials, lots of different, you could put a lot of, you know, this can be you or your person or someplace you work or something you had in common. I'm going to show it all to you here in just a minute. I'm trying to flip it where you guys can see the initials. So there you go. Those are your initials. Now, I feel like for some of you, this betrayal has to do with a love triangle. When I have those three coming out touching like that, it makes me think there's a love triangle. This could have been with a water sign, two water signs, and an earth sign. I feel the turtle is earth here as well. Then we have air sign energy as well. We have like 3 different air sign energies here. So it's different for different people. We have Leo as well. I also have this charm that is swans, and it makes me think of couples, twin flames, things like that. You may have been betrayed by your twin flame, or you may have been betrayed so your twin flame can come, not so you could, but you know, to relieve the energy and to bring it to conclusion, to bring your twin to you, you had to release something, and maybe that's what this heartbreak is about. Yeah, so I'm going to put the charms over here. Sometimes I go back to them, sometimes I don't. I need to pull from the dark mirror first. So tell me all about the karma of the person. Ooh, that one just came out. I'm going to pull 3. Tell me about the karma of the person who hurt, broke the heart, ripped it out. I'm feeling like ripped it out and had it for dinner. That's literally, I mean, it's brutal. Like, they completely destroyed your heart. I'm so sorry. So what is the karma? Today for tomorrow. Okay. Woo! Okay, we're going to take these other 2. I'll show them to you. Fragmented and addicted. Wow. Whoa, whoa, wow. Okay, so we have today for tomorrow. We have I thought this was fragmented. Okay, it's triumph of lies. Wow. And addicted. Okay. So what I'm feeling for some of you, that this was like a third-party situation. I feel like this person was almost addicted to the other person's energy. It may have involved some kind of addiction. Maybe they used substances together or something like that. They engaged their addictive behavior together. Maybe that's something you did not do. Or maybe they have a problem getting addicted to people's energy. I feel like this is a little bit of an emotional vampire situation with the triumph of lies here. I feel a narcissist here. Today for tomorrow, I feel like it's almost like they kind of tried to guide you to think about a certain relationship a certain way, as if like maybe it was one of your friends and you had a feeling something was going on, but they kept kind of gaslighting you about it, and then it kind of hit you in the face. Some of you discovered them together, or you found out through a message or something, and I think the problem is that you really believed this person when they gaslighted you. Like, you really and truly believed it because you really loved this person. And I feel like this person, the karma feels like they're going to be getting lost in that addictive behavior, be it addicted to sex, to shopping, to whatever, to eating, to substance abuse, to being an emotional vampire. And let me tell you something, that can really come back on you when you're an emotional vampire, because eventually you feel, people who they vamp off of feel depleted. You may be having that feeling of feeling depleted. They take energy from the happy and the bad, and some of them really like the energetic substance of the bad. Many people can transmute bad energy, okay? It's a gift. It doesn't make them emotional vampires. What makes this person like a psi vampire, energy vampire, is they take the bad and they feed it. They don't transmute it. They don't change it. They don't even try to understand it. They just take it in and use it for their own purposes. And that might be why you felt like you were so deeply in love with this person, because I feel like they just painted everything like a rosy picture for you. There's a little bit here of a golden tongue with this person. They just really knew how to talk to you. This may have been like a player energy. Let's get some more cards here, because I'm getting a lot of energy from this particular group. Yeah, this feels like a couple, or a couple that was dating, or someone who made you think that you were dating, but you actually were a hookup. That can be heartbreaking, especially when the person keeps telling you, oh, no, you're the one, you know, let me come over, or turn on your cam, that kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't feel good. Okay, we have eternal servitor, the ancient wanderer, hope, incompleteness, and yearning. Yeah. What I think is happening with their karma and with their feelings is I think they're missing you. I think they're yearning for you. I think they're yearning for your sweetness. I think you were very sweet to this person. I think you gave them a lot of love and compassion, and they took it for granted. They took you for granted. And now part of what they're going through is they're yearning for that again, because it tasted so sweet. You know, when they absorbed the energy, when they took it in, it just was so magical, right? And they want it again, but they haven't learned how to really love you. Okay, they're missing your energy, and because of that, they're going to be in a state of yearning for it. They'll never let you know, probably, unless they can find a way to make it work for them. Okay, they're just not at that stage yet. Osiris, God King, commitment, acquisition, responsibility. Now, for some of you, you may have a child with this person. Okay, and the triumph of lies, you know, it happened, and you became aware, and you may feel a little bit like you're addicted to their energy. Maybe they were very charismatic, but understand that was a mask they wore. That wasn't the reality of who they are. Okay, there's responsibility here. So I feel like for some of them, they're going to have some problems meeting their responsibilities. If you have children together, you may already know that. Okay, they're having problems meeting with their responsibilities because they're too busy in this addicted energy. They may be addicted to the get, you know what I'm saying, like getting someone in that way. They may be addicted to other things. There's just a lot of like malignant addictive energy here. This is someone who like gives in to their need to feel good all the time. And when something starts feeling bad, they run away from it, because when something starts feeling bad, it reminds them of how bad they feel about themselves and their life. This is someone who is self-destructive, and you may know that already. Hathor, mistress of harmony, mediation, communication, and culture. Okay, I just feel like there's going to be a lot of arguing for this person. I think they're going to find themselves in arguments with people, not getting along with people. And it's just because their energy, they're having to deal with some of their own stuff, because you have cut them off, because y'all have broken up, however it turned out. And you may be the one with the really big broken heart, but this person is dealing with the reality of no longer having access to you. If you haven't completely cut them off, you probably should consider it. I think you'll feel better energetically, and I think it will help catalyst them further, because what's happening, and this isn't punishment. This is how wisdom is gained. When someone cuts you off, there's usually a catalytic energy involved. Okay, when someone breaks up with you or whatever, they break your heart, there's catalytic energy involved. And it breaks down to people having to face some of their fears and some of the reasons why they treated someone the way they did, or they received the treatment they did. Many times it will unleash these gateways of awarenesses within ourselves. And this person has to become aware of their addictive behavior. They have to become aware of their narcissistic behavior. They have to become aware of the fact that they lie to themselves all the time. They lie so much in general that they believe what they're saying. And I think with the communication card, I'm feeling like they may try to come and talk to you. Okay, and that's part of their karma, is I feel like they owe you an apology. And I feel like some of you are going to get it. I want to say a lot, but I hesitate to say that. So let me get some tarot here to find out more about group one, their heartbreak, the karma of their ex. It's taking you a while, okay, to recover from this. Okay, we have the Nine of Swords. Yeah, this person's up at night worrying. They're worrying and fretting. I think in the areas where they felt comfortable when you guys broke up or whatever happened, I feel like it was a breakup. And there was a breakup and a ghosting, like a separation. And this Nine of Swords doesn't feel good. I feel like this person may go through a spout of depression, because they're being made, the mirror is being held up to their face on who they are. Those swans together, that's a mirror, okay? And I feel like they're being made aware of some of their bad behavior. and they're being made aware of why they behave that way. And it's making them worry. Many times when we're in a growth spurt, like spiritually, when we're healing parts of our personality, many times we go through this awareness of how we're treating other people. And we have to deal with the fact that we could do such things, you know. But when we can accept responsibility for our behavior and we can change it, okay, when we can say, yeah, I did that. And that wasn't my best moment, you know, and I'm sorry. But that's not who I want to be anymore. When we take responsibility, you know, it shows growth, and it takes time. It takes these painful moments of awareness. You have to move through them, and you have to forgive yourself. We're human. We all lash out. We all do things we don't mean because we're angry, and underneath the anger is a lot of hurt. I feel like this person growing up probably had a lot of rejection from probably their parents. It was an important person who rejected them. I'm not going to go too much into that. We have the Three of Cups here. I think they're going to have a hard time having fun. I think even if like they're drinking, using alcohol or drugs or whatever, or substances, whatever this is, and if you're having issues, please seek help. Okay, I'm not a psychiatrist or a doctor or anything like that. So please seek help. Okay, please, 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 if you need it. So I feel like their joy is going to be blocked. I think their ability to connect with other people is going to be blocked. I think they're going to be worried about the relationship. I feel like the third party may still be around for some of you. And I think they're worried about the third party maybe cheating on them. It's like karma, you know, it's karma. It happens because this person needs a mirror held up to them so that this doesn't continue, because this heartbreak was brutal. It was brutal. You know, it may make you question if love is even possible, or if anyone's able to really love you. And the truth is yes. Yes, 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 devil. There's that addiction card. Yeah, I feel like this person's just going to be really haunted with the mirror of who they are. They may be having nightmares as well. So, yeah, it's heavy karma, and it's going to take a while to burn it off. What I want to do for you, though, is I want to pull some cards for you. Okay, so tell me about group, the person who had their heart broken. Okay, ancestors. The love and legacy of your DNA. So I feel like there's a lot of ancestor energy gathering around you to help you heal. You probably know this. I feel like you're spiritually aware. I feel like the heart situation, like the broken heartedness, really encouraged you to seek comfort in different kinds of maybe religions or philosophies, or maybe you got more in touch with your ancestors. Maybe literally one of your grandparents came in and kind of helped you, or you moved in with them or something like that. So I feel like there's a lot of really good energy around you right now to help you heal this broken heart. I feel like a lot of you are still very heartbroken, okay? You are mourning the loss of this person, but you have to understand that it just wasn't the right time, it wasn't the right place, and it wasn't the right person, okay? Allow this to help you grow. Ghost, regret. You don't live in regret, okay? Don't live in regret. You cannot control what someone else does, okay? They did what they did, and you had to deal with it the way you had to deal with it. And now it's time to move on. Don't live with their ghost. Don't allow this energy to haunt you. If this person tries to call you, if they try to reach out to you, do not open the gates of communication until you feel better about yourself. Because this is the kind of person with the devil card here, they'll take advantage of your weakness and they'll try to get back in, okay? Because they miss that energy. They want to feed. They miss that energy. So don't let them, okay? Oh, weird. my box over there went off. Okay, that's weird. Okay, apple, risk, and reward. So I feel like for you, what's coming to you is a leap, okay? This whole thing, it was orchestrated in your life to bring you to a point where there's going to be a leap you need to make, and it may be to another person. It may feel like a huge risk to get involved with someone else, but you're going to be encouraged to do it. I don't know why that's going off. You're being encouraged to do it. So yeah, you're going to be encouraged to leap, because there's a big reward on the other side, and it feels like love. It feels like love. So let me pull a few more cards for you. It feels like love. There's love here. We have invocation ritual. Yeah, I feel like all of this whole process was brought forward to get you to this point where, and I'm feeling like, here's your mirror. Man, that thing keeps going off. Here's your mirror. Your mirror is coming. Your twin is coming. That's what I'm getting. Your twin is coming. So get excited. Get excited about it. An important soulmate. If it's not a twin, it's going to be an important soulmate. So, okay, group one, that's what I received for you. I hope this resonated. If it did or it didn't, please leave me a comment in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. I hope you have a most beautiful day. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I love to have you as a member of my tribe. And I'll see you beautiful and magical creatures next time. Bye, guys. I don't know why that's going off. Hey guys, all of you that selected this Three of Swords tarot card. Let's find out all about who broke your heart, what their karma is, and what's going on with that. This feels very painful. This feels like family, and it could be the karma of your ex. It could be ex-friend, ex-family member, ex-best friend, ex-cousin. It could be someone you cut yourself off from. It could happen around the holidays. And it could be a literal like romantic ex, but it would be someone that you've been with for a long time who may have been kind of absorbed into the family as a family member, that kind of thing. So let's go ahead and get your charms. I didn't really mention that in the opening, but I'm going to do charms and initials. So let's find out all about your person. This is going to be kind of loud, so I'm going to get a few more initials here. Okay. All right. So we got AA, so 2 A's, an M, a B, an S, a U, a P, an E, a D, and a T. And then we have the initial, not the charm, sorry. We have a dragonfly, a seahorse. We have a fairy that landed face down on top of an angel. We have a skull and crossbones. We have this one. What is this? Like a little bunny rabbit, I think. We have an angel, an elephant, and a cross. The angel is upside down on the cross, and we have a bunny. I'm going to let you look at these. Let me turn all these the same way so you guys can see them. It's interesting how the charms, how I'm seeing them now as they fall, and when they fall on top of each other. Give you guys a minute there to kind of look at those. This feels like family. And it's interesting because I'm seeing the cross upside down on the angel here. I feel like just chaos. There was chaos here. Like you guys probably got in a huge fight, maybe a blow up even at Christmas or some holiday or a family gathering. This blow up could, be because of family. Maybe there was an influence from like a mother-in-law, a sister, a father-in-law, a father, that kind of thing. It could be a cousin as well. I'm feeling like there was a butting of heads here. There's like an issue with someone around who has a problem, maybe with your person or with you. It feels like it really broke your heart. I feel like literally some of you guys got cut off from someone. This could be a family member, someone who feels like a family member, a best friend you've had for a long time, a partner who's been involved in your family. So could have to do with, wedding, marriage, that kind of thing. So let me move this. Okay. All right, so let's get some cards here. I'm going to draw from the dark mirror. We're going to find out all about the karma of the person who broke your heart. Yeah, this feels like heartbreak with all these swords here. It feels like heartbreak on multiple levels, okay? So this feels like a deep connection. Very deep. Probably someone you've known a long time or you knew them intensely, okay? However that resonates. Okay, we have chance to dream. Yeah, I don't think things are going very well for them. I think the plans they made, the things they wanted to do are just not unfolding for them. They're having problems getting things started. We have parasite. Okay, I think there is a third entity around this situation that has made it worse. And they're parasitic. This one. And then we have calling the storm. Okay, there is the storm. I feel like you guys had a blow up. Okay, had a blow up, and what's happening is the anger that you felt in the blow up that broke your heart. Maybe they cut you off. I feel like they're having that anger issue now, like they're having chaos in their life now with this calling the storm. And And I feel like this parasitic energy has a lot to do with it. So it could be someone in your family who's a gossip, who's making things worse instead of making things better. Or it could be, you know, a partner of this person. It may be like an in-law situation as well. It could be friends, like a friend who doesn't like your person, or a friend of your person who doesn't like you, kind of thing. Yeah, it's very painful. This is very painful. This isn't like a friend you knew casually and you fighting. This is someone where you feel the loss of their presence in your life. And I feel like there's energy around them that reminds them of you, okay? And in some ways they miss you. They miss your connection, but they feel like that whatever happened can't be undone. So they're kind of on a road that they can't get off of. Their pathway's been made and they're going to have to walk it. And you may be feeling that way. You may be feeling like, you know what? You're on your own. Like, I've done what I can do. You won't listen to me. So, you know, go forth and do your thing and we'll see what happens, you know. For some of you, you don't want contact. Like, you're done. You're done, or they're done. There was an element here of being done. And I feel like for some of you, you guys had a fight and then it was just silence. Like, you were ghosted or they just cut you off, walked away, whatever. And there is parasitic energy here. Okay, so there is someone who's parasiting off this energy. I feel like for some of you, there is someone who is feeding negativity, causing them to think things that aren't really true, and really kind of stirring the pot. Okay, for some of you, you know, they really want an opportunity to talk to you again and have their say. But I feel like for most of them, that's probably not going to happen, at least for quite a while. So let's get some cards from the Beyond Mausolea. Humility, Disillusionment, and Champion. I think they're really disillusioned with how this has turned out. I don't think it's turned out very well. I don't think it's gone in their favor. I think a lot of the support that they needed isn't there, and they're finding it. I feel like some of them have gotten themselves in like a tough situation that you may not even be aware of right now, and they're trying to figure out what they're going to do. We have El Shaddai, the Radiant Lord, Wisdom, Paternalism, and Kindness. They're not finding a lot of kindness right now. And the reason why, this isn't punishment for what happened. This is so they can mature, like emotionally mature, come into their own, and no longer depend on other people's opinion of them or what they're doing to validate themselves. They're learning to self-realize, and it's a tough process. It's almost like, you know, a kid becoming an adult. Taking responsibility for their lives, taking, you know, going the next step, getting a job, being self-supportive. I feel like you may have been supporting them emotionally or even financially in some way. If you're a friend, you've probably been there a lot for them, and you've heard a lot of what goes on in between this parasitic energy, and you may have known, like, hey, this isn't a good situation for you, and they just can't hear that right now. They're not in a place where they can hear it, and especially now that they've got this chaos going on in their lives, I feel like they almost feel trapped, like they can't get out of this now, and they don't know how to reach out to you, and they can't reach out to you because they know that whatever happened was above and beyond. You know, I feel like you were really disrespected. I feel like you were really disrespected and dismissed, and just can't come back from that. Poet of Avon, the storyteller, fame, stagnation, pride. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of issues with pride here. The person who really got into it and broke your heart, I feel like they're very prideful, and because of their pride, they're stagnating, especially in their career. I feel like this may be the third party. They're stagnating in their career, and they're not really able to get where they want to go. I feel like there's hardship upon this situation, not with you, but it's part of their karma. The hardship is coming because you can't cut corners. And you can't just hurt people and break their heart and rip out their heart and walk away and everything be okay. That impulse to break someone's heart normally is covering some deep wounds that need to be healed. And this is a time where the universe will bring that forward and say, here's a buffet of things that you need to face about the situation. You need to learn, just like you're learning who to trust. You're learning, maybe you were misled by this person. Maybe you thought they were one way and they actually were another. And maybe there was some masking here and some acting to manipulate you. Maybe you feel manipulated. I feel like there was an element of manipulation between this two. And it feels really sad, because I feel like when you realized you were being manipulated, when you realized that the things that he said to you were not based in reality, at least you don't feel that way, I think it completely broke your heart. And because of that, it has set you on another pathway. And I feel like Spirit wants you just to be open to other people. And I know it's hard when someone very close to you breaks your heart. Okay, I understand that. But know that this situation unfolded the way it did for reasons that we may not understand right now. And we don't have to understand them. What's important is we deal with the matters at hand, and we move through the energy as best we can and get to another day, okay? Because this energy here that I'm feeling with this person who broke your heart is it's just full of stagnation. I'm seeing like a swamp with thick mud, and that swamp is thick. The mud is thick. They can't lift their legs. They cannot get going. Whatever they do, they just can't seem to make it happen. And that's not because they're being punished. That's because they're being slowed down. When the universe slows you down, they're usually trying to teach you something. Your guides, the universe, are trying to show you some wisdom. And in this case, this person needs to self-actualize. They need to stop listening to the parasite. They need to lose the parasite, and they need to listen to their heart, what they really want. It doesn't mean they'll call you up and apologize, but it does mean that when they start listening to themselves, they will start to have movement. It'll be like, the movement will be like someone comes into the mud and pulls them out. Okay, so, yeah, so let's get some more cards here. I'm going to get cards from the Disney villains. So let's get some tarot and find out more about what's going on, more about the karma. I feel like you're just really heartbroken, and, you know, I understand. You know, there are some pain, there are some heartbreaks that kind of stay with you. They change who you are. You can't help it, you know, so it's okay. You know, you mourn this, grieve this, however long it takes. And it may take a lifetime, okay? Because I feel like some of you guys are cut off. So, you know, it may take a while. We have the King of Swords here. A lot of harsh words. A lot of harsh words here. And I feel like the harsh words they said to you are coming back towards them. Like, almost like it's bouncing off your armor. I feel like for some of you guys, they're speaking negativity and hate towards you because their situation is so bad. And I feel like they blame you for it being bad, even though it's their own fault. They made the choices that led them there, and they're going to have to deal with the repercussions of what's happened. And that can be difficult. You've dealt with the repercussions every day of your loss. You're still heartbroken. You still feel the loss. But I think for you, if you think about your life, how it is now versus how it was when they were in it, you will find that your life is actually much better. There's a lot more clear energy. You don't have this cluster of parasitic energy kind of draining your family or draining your friend group or draining you of your, you know, your emotional resources or financial resources or whatever it was, okay? Oop. I didn't want it to fall. Let's see. Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords normally is a breakthrough here. And I feel like reading this as karma moving towards them, I think they're going to have a problem getting a breakthrough with the current, with their current thought process. There is some healing that needs to happen. That parasite is blocking any kind of movement forward. And I think they're going to get clarity on the situation, but it's going to take time. And I think the parasitic energy around them doesn't talk to them very nicely. And that's kind of a trigger for the clarity. The more the person doesn't talk very well of them, and maybe they're gossiping to their friends about them, you know, and they find out about it or something like that. There's definitely an element of breakthrough here, but it's breakthrough and awareness of the parasite so they can work through it and release it, which is a whole nother process. Meantime, they live in chaos, okay? Just chaotic energy that can't move. So it's almost like a tornado that is sitting in the same place, just ripping up that swamp mud, just ripping it up, stirring it around. It's crazy energy. We have the Five of Cups. So they're kind of lost in a sea of regret, okay? Of regret of how it happened. I feel like alone at night, sometimes they think about how things could have been handled differently and how things got out of hand. And I think I think they would like to have a conversation, but until they get clarity about the parasite, that's probably not going to happen. And that's going to take time. You know, it always takes time to work that kind of stuff out. So let's get some more energy here and find out more about this karma. I just feel like they cannot move forward. They just cannot move forward. And I think they think about what happened all the time. In fact, there may be somebody around them, like the parasite, who likes to talk about it all the time. So they don't even have a chance to get past it, to move into the next phase, because they're stuck talking about it so much. We have silence. There is a sweet embrace in nothingness. Stillness brings a presence of self fully embodied. I think for you, this is advice for you to seek silence. Give yourself some calm and peace. I feel like this chaotic energy that was around you, I don't think you're aware of how much it affected you. Maybe you're becoming aware. You may be tired. You may be tired for 6 months because of this situation. You know, I feel like it was just destructive, chaotic, and toxic. And, you know, our bodies take on a lot of that energy, and it can be really difficult to move through. And I feel like you need to love on yourself, give yourself some time to rest and recover, you know, watch some TV and veg, and just relax your vessel. It may take you a while to relax it because of what you've been through. This feels very stressful on both parts. We have haunted. Okay. The breaking of the floor beneath your naked feet, the creaking of the walls as the cold kisses flesh. You're never really alone when in the company of hauntings within the bone. So, and I feel like that's part of the Five of Cups here. They just keep thinking about it, you know, and maybe you feel haunted by the loss here. Maybe you're remembering, you know, the good times you had together, and all the fun you had and all the great conversations and things like that. And maybe it's time, part of moving on sometimes is taking the good and seeing the good in a relationship that you had and moving forward. Taking the good, moving forward. I'm not saying to repress the bad. I'm just saying don't leave it on a bad note in your mind mentally. Remember the good times. Remember the good connections. Remember the good intentions that you both had at one time. And take that energy and move forward. You know, any relationship can be heartbreaking at times. You know, we're human and we make mistakes. We're deeply flawed. But there are some things you can't return from. This may be one of them. So it's important for you to move forward and gain the wisdom from this. I feel like this person took advantage probably of your good nature. And you need to ask yourself, why was your nature so good? Why did you allow things to happen the way they did? And I think as you hold the mirror up to yourself, you become aware that it has to do with your self-worth. It has to do with you wanting to be loved and connect with someone deeply. And sometimes our want and need for that is so great that we overlook things that we really shouldn't, okay? Because it feels like there's some manipulation here that went on, okay? And you've probably become aware of it. This person, I don't think they're aware they're manipulative. Okay, I really don't think they're aware. Okay, we have intuition, 23. You hold the answers. You know the truths. Ancient ones await behind the doors of the mind. Okay, so there's a lot of healing coming to you. And I feel like you need to go as guided. You need to follow your intuition. I feel like for a lot of you, this may be like a parent-child situation, and you may be having intuitive hits on what's going on with them. Trust that. Trust that. Trust the process that's going on, okay? It's hard with this haunted card. It really is. It's hard. This is like, I'm having a hard time letting go. And that's okay. You don't have to take as long as you need. Take as long as you need to let go of this person, okay? We all have our own time, and we all have our own process. And you have to honor that. You deserve that. You deserve your own compassion. You deserve your own comfort. Maybe this person was a comfort to you and now they're gone, you know. And you have to learn kind of how to step in and be your own best friend, or step in and be your own source of comfort, you know. And that's okay. Take as much time as you need. There's no timeline on healing, okay? We heal as we can heal, okay? All right, group 2, that's what I got for you. I hope this resonated. If it did or it didn't, please leave me a comment in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. I hope you have a beautiful day. Please subscribe if you are so inclined. And I will see you beautiful magical creatures next time. Bye, guys. Hey, group 3, all of you that selected this Hermetic Tarot 3 of Swords card. We're going to find out all about the ex that broke your heart. This feels like a couple. Okay, this feels like an intense connection. My nose is itching, so there's a lot of energy coming forward. I feel like a lot of you felt this was the one, or this was the one. You know, maybe you were married as well. It feels like people who are very deeply connected. This isn't like dating and a misunderstanding or anything like that. This is like people who are committed to one another. So let's go ahead and get some more cards. I'm pulling you guys a little differently. Oh, let's do charms first. I didn't really talk about that in the opening, but I am doing charms and initials, and then we'll get into, I'm going to pull your tarot first. I've been pulling that last for the other two, but it just feels right. So this is a little loud, so just keep that in mind. All right, that feels good. Okay. Okay, we have a J, an X, a T, a C, a U, an M, a D. Ooh, this energy just feels really heavy. Like this is deep. An N, an S, a B. Some of you guys were betrayed with like your best friend. A V, an R, or their best friend, depending on how this goes. We have two S's and we have a C. There is a star, a peace sign, a seahorse. That seahorse keeps coming out. A cat, a music sign, an elephant, and what is that? Is that another key? Oh, it's a cat. Okay, so we have two cats here. Okay. I'm feeling Leo energy, fire energy. So Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. An elephant never forgets, right? I'm keep getting pulled to an elephant never forgets. And I feel like they got found out because they missed a detail. And that's how they got found out. Like this elephant who always remembers forgot you. Forgot you in a moment. This may be when they traveled or something as well. They may have met someone traveling, or they may have been traveling with them for business. This could be like a business associate or a client of some kind. This is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind, okay? We have the star here. So I feel like there was a lot of energy. Like they were, I feel like this is cheating. Flat out, this is cheating on a long-term partner. This is cheating with someone who you may have had children with. This is cheating with someone who you almost felt soul bonded with, okay? And it's deep. It cuts deep because I feel like you got left feeling you were not enough. The peace sign is upside down, and I'm feeling like there was just a lack of peace immediately. Like your whole world just seemed to crumble. For some of you guys, you were married and there was a loss there of like family stability. There was loss there for you know, if you had children, that kind of thing. And it just really has taken a lot from you, okay? And it's hard to get back up on your feet after like a divorce, or maybe you guys are contemplating divorce. It's hard to see how you're going to find another cat that's right for you. There are two cats here. But, you know, maybe your person is a seahorse. And a seahorse and a cat have a hard time getting along sometimes, right? They're just their habitat is very, very different, okay? And I feel like you guys were just different. You were too different. And at one time your differences were a strength, but after a while they got to be a problem because you couldn't spend quality time together. Maybe maybe you had children and you got disinterested in certain things, and that's normal and natural because you're putting all your energy into taking care of these beautiful children or whatever it is, or business. And maybe the person took that as you're no longer interested in them, and instead of having a grown-up conversation, or maybe they did, but whatever they didn't do, they acted upon it and they sought out something else. Maybe you did. Maybe they were negligent and you did. There's no judgment on this channel in any way, okay? Karma is not a punishment. Karma is how we learn. It's a process. Karma is a process of learning and growing, and the universe puts mirrors in front of your face to say, hey, did you know you did this? A lot of times that's why you get wrapped up in some karma, so you can see your action in that. So you can see how you could have been, what your wisdom is, like what your role was in that. So, because I feel like it's such a deep pain because you guys were really connected at one time, and somehow that connection got rattled. For some of you, it had to do with a job and money and things like that. For others, it was just disinterest. You became disinterested, or they became disinterested in you, which should be a big red flag. But when you're married and have children, or you're committed and have children, if you have some kind of family together, that can be really difficult. So I feel like, and I'm seeing words pop out in this. I'm just going to let you look at it. I'm seeing like words, harsh words said. They may have called you some names and things like that. And, you know, that hurts, especially coming from someone who I feel like you just felt like this was a sacred connection. And maybe they did as well. And it just turned out that that sacred connection was only meant to last how long it's lasted. And then maybe you guys tried to work it out. Maybe you tried to keep your family together or your relationship together, and you just couldn't get past it, you know? And that's okay. It doesn't make you a bad person. It really doesn't make them a bad person. This is life. These are the things that happen in life, you know, and it's important that we take our role in it as well as the other person takes their responsibility. And I feel like there is some issues now, especially if there's children, with that kind of happening. I feel like you feel their absence, so they may not be around the kids as much. Oh, I'm going to do the tarot first. They may not be seeing them as much as you thought they were. And there may be issues with like a divorce or legal agreement of some kind. All right, let's find out more about the karma of the person who broke your heart. For some of you guys, you've been married like since high school or college. Like, y'all been together forever and you don't know who you are without this person. That kind of energy. There's nothing wrong with that, you know. But you are you, regardless of who you're with. And if you have lost your sense of self, it's time for you to find it, okay? And nobody can do that work for you. You have to find your truth, your authenticity all by yourself. And sometimes after we have children, we lose a sense of self because we're so busy taking care of everybody and, you know, being parents and doing all that stuff and paying the bills and going to work. We lose who we are. We go on like automatic pilot. And before you know it, you know, 3 years in, we find out, hey, I don't know who I am. I don't know who you are. And, you know, maybe there's been some kind of betrayal between you two. And the mirror is just like, look. And it can be very painful. You know, we don't mean necessarily to neglect people, but it happens. And I feel like you feel very neglected as well. I feel like it's not just this person who broke your heart. I think you broke their heart too. I think it's mutual. But their breaking of your heart, it feels very primal. I'm just feeling like this pain was very deep. It's very heart-wrenching. I think it affected your children if you have children together. And I feel like you may feel like they're neglecting their responsibilities with your kids. We have the 3 of Cups. Their karma is they're not going to have any fun, you guys. And they're going to get blocked, okay? They're going to get blocked in that. It's like the fun they had with this person, it's almost like, I don't know, if you've ever partied a lot in your life and you partied so much that you're like, this isn't fun anymore. This isn't fun for me. I think most adults have had that experience where they've just like, you know, gone hardcore for so long into fun and not really giving a crap about anybody or anything. And then they find themselves like crawling across the street from their neighbor's house or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like that's like where they're headed. They're headed towards a moment of just rock bottom where they're like, hey, this isn't the kind of fun I thought I was going to have. Yeah, and I still have to deal with my family. I still have to deal with my kids. Like, I haven't seen my kids in, 3 months or something like that, you know. So, you know, they're heading towards that place where they're going to feel bad. It's going to catch up with them. We have the moon. I think there's going to be a lot of lies revealed. I think you don't know the whole story of what happened. And I think right now they're busy having fun and they're about to get absorbed into the fun to the point where it's going to not be fun anymore. And then they're going to realize like how much they've lied to you, how much they've deceived you. You're going to realize how much they've lied to you and deceived you. I feel like there's going to be a new perspective on something that's brought forward. It could be in a divorce. It could be in counseling. It could be when you talk to somebody who knows both of you. But there's some kind of information that's going to come forth or has come forth that has really made you see how much they've lied to you. These lies they told others are going to come back on them. They're going to be found out for the liar that they are. And it's going to be a very sobering moment. For a lot of you, they've lied about money. They've lied about maybe they've lost their job and they've been borrowing money for you guys to live off of, or they've gotten like another mortgage on the house. Those kind of things are going to be revealed. I feel like this person has been going wild longer than what they're telling you. And I'm telling you this. I don't really like to spy on people, but I'm telling you this so you're prepared. If something comes up, you kind of like, okay, yeah, I kind of felt this. I think you feel it. I think you feel like you don't know the whole story. And for some of you, like this is just a side thing. Like this person's been doing this on the down low for a long time. Okay. In fact, I think they're involved in like, how do I say this? Adult activities that are organized and available when they go places. So that's as deep as I'm going to get into it. The Lord of Earthly Power, 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like there's going to be situations, I feel like for some of them, they're going to lose their job. So if you depend on their support in some way, you might get prepared for that. Maybe you are, maybe you're looking for a job or you're trying to earn more money. And I feel like for you, there are good things happening. Like there's going to be a lot of luck for you. And a lot of hidden things will be revealed. Your intuition is going to start snapping just like crazy because the universe is trying to align you with something different. Something good for you and your family. And it's hard because, you know, you may be feeling like, you know, you're not seeing the whole picture, so I can't move on. But you don't need to see everything. You don't need to know everything. Maybe it's time to release the fact that you may not know everything right now. But eventually, I'm telling you, from my experience, and I'm 50 years old, everything always gets found out. Okay? Everything does. Everything that has an effect on you and you need to know gets found out, okay? So don't worry about it. Don't worry about the things you're being misled about. Lean on what you know to be true, okay? Because this person's having to live with lies, live with this betrayal. And part of the reason that they're partying so hard or drinking or whatever they're doing is because they feel like crap deep down inside because they know they let their family down. They know that they didn't live up to if they took vows. I feel like this person is aware of what they've done. But they also feel like there was neglect here. Now, you may be feeling neglect the whole way. You know, you may have felt really alone. I feel like this person traveled or was gone a lot. Even if they didn't travel, they were gone late every night or something like that. And you just kind of tried to keep it together and get enough sleep to take care of your children or get enough sleep to go to your job and go to school. Or there's definitely was a pull on your energy during this time. And instead of really talking to you about it and working through it, they just kind of surrendered to this wilder nature. It's almost like they hit like a midlife crisis or a mini midlife crisis. Like around 30, you have, I think it's called a Saturn return, usually around 30. And that can be a really tough time where you have to deal with where you are in your life, what you haven't done, what you haven't experienced. And a lot of people get kind of, you know, they either buckle down or they go wild. And I feel like this person, if it's around that time, they just kind of went into their wildness because they were feeling trapped a little bit by their life, by having to go through the motions every day. So, and I feel like you took on a lot of burdens that have to do with like home, paying bills, maybe working as well and taking care of children. There may have been health issues here, and you may have felt really abandoned by this energy. So it's like a mutual, it's like mutual heartbreak, but you're probably the ones showing it and they're not showing it. They're partying it away. Okay. All right. We have the 5 of Cups, loss of pleasure. Yeah, they're definitely not going to have as much fun. This guilt they feel, this sorrow they feel is not going to go away. But they're also, I don't think they're going to come back either. I think they know that what they've done, they can't undo that. And I also think that they know their nature right now is they can't commit to anyone or anything. And that's what they're going to find. They can't even commit to a party life because I feel like they're feeling drained from how much energy they've been doing and going out and like drinking and things like that. Whatever this is, whatever this partying is. Okay. Oop. Well, I'm going to take them. This is a lot of cards, but I'm going to take them. The 9 of Wands here. Yeah, I feel like they're just, the 9 of Wands normally is a wounded warrior. But what I'm getting here is just a wounded warrior can move on. Even though they feel exhausted, they can keep going. They're not going to be able to keep going. There may be like a health issue that comes up, and I'm not saying that's because that's karma. It's a side effect of not taking care of yourself, of neglecting your health, and partying all the time, causing drama, and not doing your responsibilities. Some of them may actually lose their job. Again, I think I said that earlier. We have the Lovers here. And I feel like there probably is going to be a lot of hookups. But if they left you for somebody, which for some of you they did, it's not going to work out. Because that person's going to find somebody else. And I tell you, even if they run off after your divorce and get married, it's probably not going to work out. Okay. But more so, if that doesn't resonate, I feel like for some of you, there is somebody else coming. That's what the Lover's card is telling me. And they really want you to focus on this something else. This something else has to do with you healing. Okay. And really owning who you are, remembering who you are. You know, when you live in your authentic self, you wake up in the morning and you kind of have a different focus in life. You're not wondering about your day. You know about your day. You know what I'm saying? Like, it can be tough to move between those two energies. But I feel like you're going to be getting focused more on you, taking care of yourself, making sure things are done. I feel like you may actually be cleaning up some financial messes from this situation. And you're going to be able to do it. Okay. I know it's hard. I feel the roughness of this. Like, it's very difficult to move through someone else's catastrophic, you know, decisions. And I feel like that's what's going on. You know, you may be moving. You may have to move to a different house or different location, or move to a job. You may have to go back to school, all those things. But just know you can do this, okay? You're going to be getting on a pathway that's going to bring people into your life. Bring someone who really cares about you, okay? And the fact that you have children if you have children, it's not going to stop this person, okay? So, and then we have the Princess of Swords, Princess of the Rushing Winds, okay? And what I'm feeling here, I'm feeling with this card, Medusa's on this card, by the way. I just feel like really coming into your power. I think that's really what Spirit wants you to walk away with this situation, is that it's never, and it's hard. It's really hard when you have children, especially when they're very young, to not just kind of surrender pieces of yourself to take care of everyone. But there's a reality of an awareness coming that you don't have to sacrifice who you are to take care of other people. Okay, you don't. You can still keep your interests. If you know, you can get a job, whatever you want to do, and still take care of people. Okay. It's all right for you to make decisions that are in your best interest. I feel like some of you guys are like, there's a lot of crying and feeling guilty. And I think you don't need to feel guilty. If you need to move, then move. If that's going to help you move forward. If you need to get out of the place you guys live together, then do that, you know. And just know that things take time. Be patient. Be patient with yourself. Because this feels extremely painful. Like, this is a very deep break, okay? And it feels like it affected children. So, and that's always hard. That's always hard. But, you know, you can only do what you can do, okay? Let's get some dark mirror cards here. Okay, we have Artificial Heart. Yeah, and I feel like right now you're probably in a state where, you know, you feel like you just can't really confide in anyone, and you don't feel like anyone's really there for you emotionally. I think you're feeling very isolated emotionally. Just know that the karma of this person is that that's exactly what they're feeling. The joy they had and their hookups and their fun is ending, and they're left with a coldness. This doesn't feel good. What they did does not feel good, and that will help catalyst them to growth. Okay, but they're not feeling great about it. If you're wondering if they even feel bad, yes, they do feel bad. And they're trying to cover it up with some toxic and destructive behavior. So, and that may affect, you know, your family. And, you know, you can't control other people. You can only control yourself. And I feel like Spirit, your guides, really want you to focus on yourself, on doing some good things for yourself. You can do this, okay? You really can. Okay. We have R1, Master of the Great Hunt, Authority, the Hunt, Natural Balance. That's where you're going. You're going to a place of balance where you're going to be happy, where you're going to have what you need for yourself and your kids, your family, and you're going to be able to move forward. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy, but there's power here. It's almost like you get to a place where you own yourself. You own your behavior. You own your part in it, and you decide. It's like I'm seeing someone like a captain of a ship taking the wheel and deciding where you're going to go and what you're going to do. And I think for some of you, I keep getting moving. Like some of you guys need to move away. And I know that there may be money issues. So it doesn't mean tomorrow. It means like in the future. Maybe you've been thinking about what it would be like to move away from this. Take your kids if you have some or whatever and just move away from the situation. And I think that is your intuition speaking to you. That there's something out there for you someplace else. Okay. So, and you know, it may take you a while to be feeling like you can do that, like you can pick up and move. So it doesn't mean tomorrow, but it means that it's time for you to dream about what kind of life would you like to have. Now that you're going to release this, where are you moving to? Because karma's going to take care of this. They're going to have to deal with some of the stuff they've done. And it's not easy. They may actually go more harder into like substance abuse or stuff like that. They may become more irresponsible. I feel like this person may have to actually hit bottom, and that can be brutal. It's important for you to stay in your power, okay? It's important to be compassionate, but do not be easy for this person to get over on, okay? Because there's manipulation here. And when hurt people are down on their luck and really hurting, a lot of times they'll resort to that because many times it comes from trauma from childhood that they only know how to manipulate. They don't really know how to ask for things. They know how to manipulate for things. So, and that's something that probably with the artificial heart they're having to deal with, that people are on to their manipulation. I think after this breakup, I feel like people are like, wow, that's crazy. I can't believe they're like that, or I can't believe they did that, or what have you. So it'll be shocking to people who have sat and watched this situation. So, okay, we have ancestors. They hiss a quivering so deep, only roots of your soul can lift the nakedness hidden within. The vows made in silence, an ancient chill walking upon the spine. You have a lot of guides coming forward and ancestors coming forward to help you through this, okay? I feel like you're feeling really alone with the artificial heart. I really do. And I just want you to know you're not alone. There are people around you that love you. And they may be feeling your distance and they don't know what to do. So in that situation, it's usually a good thing for you to open the door to them. Maybe give them a phone call, or you know, go for coffee with them or something. I feel like you need to open up about your pain. And you may be the kind of person who are like, I don't like to share things like that. I'm a personal. I feel like very guarded about my personal information. But I feel like for you, it would be very healing to have someone who cares about you hear what happened to you. Okay, hear the truth. It needs to be someone that you trust. If there's no one around you, go to a counselor. I feel like you just need to tell your story. Write it in a journal. Write what happened. Give yourself a voice. You will find that a lot of self-empowerment comes from giving ourselves a voice and a way to move forward. Okay, so this person's just got a lot of stuff they have to deal with. And I think you know that. I really do. Okay, let me get a few more cards for you. We have mouse spirit, tend to the small things. Okay, so there may be some messes that I mentioned before, like financial messes, things like that, that you're going to have to deal with this person. And it may make it hard to leave this heartbreak in the past, but I feel like you're going to be able to do it. A part of really owning ourselves is picking up our life where it is and moving forward. It doesn't mean it'll be perfect. It doesn't mean it'll be neat and in a bow, but we're trying to work through it. We're trying to move forward. And for some of you, there's some things that are going to have to be cleaned up by you. They're not going to be able to clean them up. So, you know, you may have to do some damage control with your family and your kids right now. Take the lead. Yeah. So Spirit's wanting you to take the lead. Okay. Because you're the only one that's going to do it. Whoever this person is, whatever they've done to you, I feel like they are so lost in their own dysfunction and toxicity right now that you can't really count on them, okay? Don't count on them, is what I'm saying. Move through this as if you're doing it alone. It doesn't mean you won't have help from them, but if you focus on yourself instead of what others are putting into it, you will find that you become more empowered by your movement and you get more focus on where you want to go. And then we have open to infinite possibilities. This is where Spirit really wants you to go. This is a hard leap from where you are, but be open to what the universe, what your life can be, okay? Start dreaming again about what kind of life you want to have. Not what comes from the breakup or whatever, but past that. You know, think about 2 years from now, a year from now, 5 years from now. How do you want your life to be? It's time to get into that vibe of what's the next move for me now. Because lingering in this too long will will keep you from being able to move forward. Like if you stay in this energy of what happened, and I'm not saying repress it, but it's time to start thinking about the future. So eventually you can start moving towards it. We have to think about it first before we can get into motion. That's how we work as human beings. So, okay, group 3, that's what I got for you. I hope this resonated. If it did or it didn't, please leave me a comment in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. I hope you have a beautiful day. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. And I'll see you beautiful, magical creatures next time. Bye, guys.